It's not playing no music. It's not playing no music. I can hear it now. But I don't know why my phone do that all the time. Can you hear it? Now I got everything turned up. What? Oh, I don't know why it does that. It's all right. Can you hear it? Tell me they can hear me. Some. That just mean they can hear me, right? I don't know. What was that? Cause my mic on. Doo, 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 doo. Now I can hear it. What was it? Excuse me. Good evening, everybody. This is your girl Lisa. How y'all doing? It is hump day. For everybody who works a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, welcome to the middle of your week. And if you don't, my bad. So y'all know what we're about to talk about. I'm gonna try to let people come in. So if y'all listen to this in the replay, make sure y'all like this video when y'all come in. Give me a like. You know what I'm saying? If you're coming in, like it. Hey Willie, how you doing? I hope everybody is having a great afternoon. Kids going back to school soon, even college kids. So August 5th. Ain't that a day? Ain't that a day? So if anybody doesn't know, I went to Alabama State University, and that is in Montgomery, Alabama. I moved to Montgomery, Alabama in 1989. And I lived there off and on until I left Alabama. The Diamonds! And if anybody doesn't know, all that don't really know, Alabama is in the Bible Belt. It is in the classic South. It's a classic Southern Bible Belt town. It has a huge presence in the civil rights movement and in the racist history of America. It just does. That is our history. It's neither here nor there. That is just what happened. And Alabama is one of the states that was in the Union part of the Civil War. Those that were trying to succeed, trying to keep slavery alive. Just a little history and background of Alabama to know that what happened on August 5th at the Riverfront was an anomaly. It doesn't normally happen. So if you haven't been watching the news or you haven't been watching any social media, on August 5th, the breakdown is this. There is a riverboat that does the river in Alabama. For the life of me, I can't think of the name of the river. So don't y'all fight me. I lived there for the longest. I just can't think of the name of the river. But there's a huge river that goes through Alabama, and it goes through Montgomery, and they have a riverboat. Riverboats are so much that goes on riverboats. It's more southern thing. I'm sure they have them in other places, but I'm sure they call them something different. But it's more southern thing. The riverboats used to ride up and down the rivers, especially back in the day when there weren't cars and there weren't a lot of modes of transportation, and it used to be restaurants and gambling and music and not just scenery. So just know that this history of riverboats is what it is. So a lot of people were out that day. I'm assuming wasn't there. I can only see by what they say on the news. A lot of people were out, and there are certain areas on the river you can't park. You can't do anything with your boat. You can't, because we have these huge ships coming in, and you have to have these lanes open because these boats do take up a lot of space. And I don't know the logistics. All I know is that there was a docking area. Now, in the docking area, a personal craft, I think it was a pontoon boat. I don't know the difference between a pontoon boat and a regular boat, so don't give me the line, because I don't know. But it was parked in the commercial lane. The security guard, that's the black gentleman in the white shirt, the blue hat, and the shorts, went up to the boat and said, "Hey, move your boat. The riverboat has to dock. You can't dock here. You can't dock your boat here," basically. Doing his job. when they didn't respond or didn't try to move their boat, he was going to untie their boat, let them know that you can't dock this here. You need to get your boat. You need to move it to where you can dock private crafts at. So instead of moving the boat, 3 gentlemen decided to jump the security guard. Hey, Vivo. 3 gentlemen decided to jump the security guard. Well, I mean, and at one point, there were up to 8 people on this one security guard. Now, the scene where y'all see him stopping, throwing his hat up in the air, everybody's joking about, that's the signal to I need some help. Help me. I don't exactly know, because when you're in the middle of the fight, you do a lot of stuff. So I'm just going to say that. But something different happened. Something different happened. We came together. We saw this stranger getting jumped on by 8 people. One guy, 8 people. And everybody came together. Now, I don't condone violence, but that means I won't use violence. I don't condone using your hands instead of your words, but that doesn't mean that that can't happen. And in this particular instance, that's what happened. I told you something this morning, even though it happened last week. Yeah, it happened on the 5th. Yes, the spot in which the pontoon boat was parked, was a commercial spot. That's where the river boats dock at. And if you've ever been on a cruise ship, a river taxi, if you from the north or the east, the anything, what's the ship that has the cars on it? If you've ever been on a commercial large body boat, it has to park at a certain place at a certain area, because that's where it's designated. That's where it's set up to park. That's where it's set up to dock. Excuse me, not park, because it's not a car. But that's where that's where it's designated to dock. That's where it's supposed to dock at. Commercial and private docking areas are different. A commercial boat cannot dock in a private area. It's not made for a commercial boat it's just different. It's just, here's the thing. Let me let y'all on a little secret. Let me say this. For everybody that doesn't understand why businesses tell you certain things, businesses are insured. Businesses are insured. The areas are insured. The products that you buy from there, they have a certain amount of insurance. If they deviate from what they're doing, then their insurance doesn't apply. If you are in a restaurant, that's why I don't let you in restaurants before they open. The restaurant is insured from the time it's open to the time it's closed. It's not insured for the 30 minutes before that. So that's why restaurants don't let you in. That's why restaurants don't let you bring other food in. You bringing something into a restaurant from outside, and then you get sick, they're liable for that, because that's out of their purview. So when a business, a boat docking or anything tells you, hey, we have to do this in a certain way, we can't deviate just because you feel entitled to park your boat in a certain area. That's not on us. You need to move your boat. We're not insured and you're not insured. What if, let's just say for the sake of argument, because right now everybody is saying, what if this, what if that? So what if at the precise moment that the boat wanted to dock, that the captain got distracted? and didn't see that a boat was already there. So now your boat is destroyed, and that's your fault because you were in an area where you weren't supposed to be at. So now your stuff is destroyed. It's not going to get paid for. Somebody could have got hurt just because instead of just moving the boat to where it's supposed to be, you want to fight the security guard who is just doing his job. Why is that where you go to? Why do you think when people talk about entitlement, when people talk about white privilege, people don't understand. They try to see all these abstract definitions and all these woulda, shoulda, couldas. But here is an example. Instead of just moving the boat, it would have taken you a few minutes to move the boat to where it was supposed to be. That's it. Move the boat. Take the boat, move the boat. It wasn't where it was supposed to be. You could have gotten into trouble. The security guard asked you to move the boat, and you want to argue with him. They thought just because they had gotten away with stuff before, they could get away with stuff now. So instead of just moving the boat, they decided to assault somebody. Listen to what I just said. Instead of righting the wrong you already did, you try to double down on another wrong. And then when it feels like it wasn't going to go your way or your friends thought that you was about to get your ass whooped, instead of just one person fighting, now you got 8 on this one man. And y'all thought because this man was at work, he wasn't going to have no backup. And most of the time, that's true. Most of the time, a lot of times, people just don't make it about don't get in somebody else's business. They just turn the other eye. It's just like, no, that's not about us. That's not my daddy. That's not my uncle. That's not my cousin. That's not my brother. That's not my husband. But on this day, they'd had enough. That man was trying to do his job. This was not another drunk getting into an argument with a set of drunks. This was a man who got up out his bed, put his uniform on to go down to the doctor, do his job. And y'all can't let him do his job. Y'all want to fight him at his job. The question is, would you have fought him at the park when he was with his homeboys? The question is, would you have fought him when he was in his yard with his family? You want to pick on somebody at work because you don't want to do what you're supposed to do. Come on now. And I mean, everybody's been making fun. Everybody's been having jokes. But then, people got to get on here talking about, well, what if it had been one white man and a whole bunch of black people and a whole bunch of white people on what? That happens all the time. That happens all the time. This ain't no woulda, shoulda, coulda. This is what happened. All them woulda, shoulda, couldas are irrelevant. You thought you could get away with it, but today they was not having it. Today, strangers got together, became friends and family, and decided you was not gonna fight this man and his job just because you felt like you were entitled to do whatever you wanted to do. That's the beginning and the end. That's the beginning and the end of that situation. I don't care about what should have happened, what could have happened, what was supposed to happen. I'm only worried about what happened. This man was at work. doing his job. You decided that you wanted to start some shit, and they decided they want to finish it. That's it. There you go. Time after time after time, we see black faces in the back of ambulances, in hospitals, shit, in the ground. I don't want to hear about woulda, shoulda, coulda. You should have moved the boat. You should have kept your hands to yourself. You should have did what you was told to do. That's the only woulda, shoulda, coulda we got going. So what do y'all feel about this situation? I wish that these situations didn't happen. I wish they weren't necessary. I wish that man could have, you know what? I wish he could have walked up to those people and said, "Hey, this is where the riverboat has to dock. Could you please move your boat?" And they'd been like, "Yeah, man, we know," and move our boat. That would have been the beginning and the end. How hard is that? What did that take away from anybody? What did, you know what? Let me move the boat. I didn't know this where it is. I'm gonna move the boat. Thank you. That's it. That's the beginning and the end of that interaction right there. See how quickly that was over with? I can almost tell you what he said. "Hey dog, this the boat lane for the river boat. Could y'all move y'all boat? Y'all boat ain't supposed to be here." "Oh man, I ain't know. All right. All right. Move the boat." Whoever, Steve. Couldn't think of no name. "Oh, okay. I know we supposed to be here." That's it. 30 seconds. 30-second interaction. Not one video, not one chair thrown, not nobody swimming, nothing. It would have been move the boat. Okay, thank you. That's it. And what's so bad about that? What's so hard about that? It seems perfectly normal. But no, you wanted to fight. You wanted to cuss this man out. You wanted to put your hands on somebody. You and your friends wanted to come in. You three wanted to start it. So, three guys, three or four of the instigators were arrested. Because it wasn't a mutual fight. It was, I started it and they finished it. And now people, well, everybody should have been, no, everybody shouldn't have been shit. That man was at work. Let me say again, that man was at work. That was not somebody at a park and then they got into a fight over a barbecue grill. That man was at his job. That man was at his job. Asking you to move your boat out of the way of the big boat. It should have been simple. It should have made sense to them. So who started it? Well, guess what? The consequences to your actions. Starting to fight with one person thinking well nobody gonna jump in. And then everybody on the dock decided when that little boy swam, I come to find out they said that that little boy was his co-worker. And he jumped off the riverboat and swam to help his co-worker. Do you know it's about to go down so hard when you swim to the fight? And y'all know folks been making jokes to call the little boy Aquaman. Not not man, but Aquaman and Michael B. Phelps. They done made everybody got a picture with a folding chair. Everybody got folding chair jokes. And I don't know if we talked about it at all, but the Jason Aldean song "Tried It in a Small Town" that had a lot of white supremacy. Um, uh, uh, I can't think of the word I'm trying to use, but anyway, the imagery. That's what a lot of imagery, and so they it was in that song. It was it's funny, but it's not funny because yeah, it ain't no. We're not supposed to be I with people getting hit with chairs and ass whipping. We're not supposed to be all right with that. It's that's supposed to be the last resort. Physicality is supposed to be the last resort. You're supposed to use your common sense and your words. If it gets down to physicality, then that's the last resort. That's the dang. I wish it didn't have to go this far situation. But it just is what it is. You can't keep messing with people and messing with people and messing with people and assume that these people are not gonna be like, you know what? Today is the day. You just can't keep doing that. But what is funny and refreshing at the same time, as much as this could have been a racial incident, the reality is that black and white people are making jokes and laughing and saying they got what they deserved. They did a whole reenactment. They got had a pool party, had a pool party, and so they did a reenactment of the fight, and it was hilarious. It was hilarious. As much as it would seem like it would be this dividing, divisive situation, it is not, because even it's just like, okay, it's just like when we see black people do certain things over and over again, and we just look at them and go, you know what? I'm tired of my people doing certain stuff. And then when you see them get called on it, you can't be mad about that. Just white folks just tired of white folks doing white folks stuff. They can't even be mad about it no more. They just got to look at it and go, you know what? They right. They right. That's ridiculous. I just can't. You know what? What kills me is situations like this happen all the time. People go into people's place of employment. People go up into people's job, want to cuss and fight and fuss and argue. I'm at work. Why are you mad with me? I see skit after skit after skit of people who work in the service industry, who work and talking about how people react to them and how people come into places of business acting. And the reality is that it's sad. Hold on, my glasses off for a second. The guy should get a raise. Yep, that man at work. Why are you arguing with that man? That's his job. Let me tell you something. Realistically, nobody wants to confront somebody about a boat lane. Who the hell got up this morning and said, you know what? You know what? Today is the day I'm gonna argue with somebody about some water. Today is the day. That I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna mess with the people on the boat. Nobody did that. That man was doing his job. But it is people that go to a place of business, go somewhere knowing that they're gonna ask for the manager, that they're gonna mess with the cashier or the person that they see, that they gonna start some shit, and because they're the customer, they think they're gonna be able to get away with it. Because the customer is always right. That's not true. That's not true. Y'all coming there acting like that man. Y'all coming there acting like that man. I'm lost, and it's just funny. The fight was funny. The people getting thrown in the water was funny. I saw one man jump in the water to get away from the fight. He was getting away from that ass whooping. He went in the water. The lady in the red dress who got clunked over the head with the chair, she was over there. She run around while these people fighting, kicking the man in the head while he laying on the ground, and thought she wasn't gonna get it because she a woman. Listen to me, y'all. Listen to me, ladies. Listen to me. The days of not getting your ass whooped by a man in a fight, I feel like that's over. Because nowadays, women is getting whumped upside of the head. If you gonna start some, men are hitting back. So I would say before you jump in, make sure read the room. Make sure this ain't a wump situation. Okay. I'm just saying. Make sure this ain't a situation where everybody can get it. Cause that was what August 5th was everybody can get it day. August 5th was everybody can get it, don't start none, won't be none day. Yeah. Just saying. TikTok videos, YouTube videos, Instagram posts, memes, GIFs. Is it GIF or GIF? Which one is it, child? I don't know. Does anybody know? Could it be either one of them? Hmm. I don't know. Hmm. Ain't cool, nerd. Somebody's birthday? Yeah, but come on now. Stop going up in folks' job and then arguing with the employees. Let me tell you what employees don't have any control over. They don't have any control over the rules and the regulations. They don't have any control over the prices. They don't have any control over what they can and cannot do for you. That is all the store. That is all the place of the business. That is it. Cashiers don't set the prices in grocery stores. They ain't got nothing to do with that $7.99 a pound watermelon. They ain't got nothing to do with that. They ain't got nothing to do with that $20 a pound steak. They ain't got nothing to do with that. Walmart cashiers ain't got nothing to do with them prices on them guns, on them shelves. Nothing. Your server has absolutely, positively nothing to do with that menu being made. Nothing. That man had no say so over the rules and the regulations and what's and the what's not of that dock. None. Nobody that is visible to you at any place of business has any say so over that business unless it is a privately owned mom and pop shop and you talking to mom and or pop. Because even in a little mom and pop shop, the cashier ain't got nothing to do with them prices, ain't got nothing to do with the time it open or close. It don't have nothing to do with whether or not you can come in here or not. It has nothing to do with whether or not you can bring your kids or not. Nothing, nothing. You going in there arguing, talking about I want to speak to the manager. Why is this here? Why they do that? We got nothing to do with that. And the only reason you want to argue with me is because you want me to argue back. So maybe you can get something for free. I don't know what they thought arguing with that security guard was going to get them at that damn dock. Other than they just wanted to show that, hey, you got to do what we tell you to do. Oh, that's right. They're taking advantage of their position. Yes. Look here. Look, customers. Guess what? Let me let y'all in on another little secret. For every customer that says I'm never coming back and I'm never shopping here again, or I'm never going to come back to this establishment, or I'm never going to use your service again, there are 30 folks that will. Your little word of mouth and your little, I'm going to tell my friends, guess what? Your friends don't go nowhere with you. How much you want to bet that the people that was at home that knew those people that started that fight didn't go because they went? How much you want to bet they got cousins or siblings or hell, even parents go, did they start that shit again? Your little word of mouth ain't gonna do nothing because people know you. They apologize for you when you're not looking. They cancel on you at the last minute because they find out you're gonna be there. So for all the customers that think they can go in and show out and get something free or walk out and kill somebody's business, you can't. You telling your friends that I will never go back to Home Goods because of this, and the third. Guess what? Your friends know how you are. Your friend is still gonna go into Home Good and get that rug on sale. Trust me when I tell you. So you sitting up here telling somebody you ain't never coming back if they don't do this, and the third. You sitting up here arguing with a cashier so that you can get 20% off of something, or so that you can get a manager to make that person apologize to you because you having a shit day. Stop it. Every now and again, you will find a manager that will let you abuse their staff, but that's few and far between. Because more than likely you'll find somebody like me, been working there 15, 5, 10, 15 years and don't give a shit. Because you and the manager out. I know times are hard. I know inflation is a bitch. I know that money is tight. But stop, if you can't afford something, don't buy it. If I can't afford, if look here. If I know I can't afford to go sit down and go to Roof Chris and get me a steak, guess where I go? To Chili's. They got a steak. I get it medium rare and I eat it with a little butter and I keep it pimping. I'm not gonna go to Ruth Chris and then holler at the server so that I can get my steak for free because I didn't have enough money when I came in here. Stop going to places assuming you're gonna get something for nothing because you got an attitude. Nobody wants to take care of you. Imagine being the people that started this fight, arguing with the security guard, and then going somewhere later on, and people looking at you going, "Ain't you that dude that started that fight? Why didn't you just move your boat?" Imagine having to explain that. Imagine some stranger walking up to you going, "Why you just move your boat, dog?" And you got to sit up there and explain why you want to start a fight instead of move a boat. Now, how stupid do you sound? Hold on, let me see. I heard that the ones that started the brawl were intoxicated, but you can't blame alcohol. They knew exactly what they're doing. That's right. They were drunk. Everybody was drunk. Look, let me tell you something. It's Alabama. Alabama, it was a weekend. Everybody was drunk. But that's not the point. You're right. You're correct. Alcohol may have played a part, but just like they decided that they want to fight that man, they could have just as easily decided that they were going to move their boat. The alcohol only amplified who they really were. It didn't change them into a different person. One beer in or 10 beers in, they're the kind of people that think that they can do what they want to do, and they can say what they want to say, and they can attack that man, and nobody was going to do anything to them. They could attack that man because he was outnumbered, because he was at work and they were there with their friends. That's the end and the beginning. If that had been a weekday and it would have just been one of them, he would have moved the boat. Had it just been one of them dudes, they would have moved the boat. He would have been like, "Oh, my bad," and moved the boat. How much you want to bet? I can bet you almost 100%. Had it just been one dude, not five, not three, not even two. Had it just been that one dude, the first dude who said something, because it was one dude at first, and then two more came in, and then the next thing we turned around, it was 8 of them. How much you want to bet? If he'd have been there by himself, he decided that the day he was going to take his boat out, get a little thinking in. How much you want to bet if the security guard had asked them, "Hey, your boat can't go right here. This is the whatever whoopty whoopty whoop." How much you want to bet he would just move the boat? But because he had backup, but because he could sit up there and be Big Bad Barry, he decided he want to start something. Because how dare he tell him he can't do that? How dare you tell me what I can and cannot do? Hold on. I'll be looking at my phone, y'all. Hey, Jay. When I saw the video, I was wondering if it were your kinfolk. Shut up. No, no. My folks, look here. My folks don't be on a boat like that. No, we ain't out there boating like that. That being said, yeah, I mean, on that day they decided that, hey, we're not gonna let this man get beat up. I ain't gotta know this man, but this could have been my homeboy. This could have been my cousin. This could have been my uncle. Now, the day that they decided, you know what, y'all not just gonna jump on this man while he at work. And I can't be mad at him. I can't be mad at him. Because people were out there trying to have fun. Families out there trying to get their little tan on, get their little beer drinking on. You know what I'm saying? People were trying to have fun. Everybody came together to get that to let them understand that not today, not today. Y'all hear me? Oh, that's a that was a co-captain. Okay, well that makes it worse. by the boat telling y'all, please move. Move your stuff. Come on, man. You know, as days go on, the story will finally get all of the story out. Cause yeah, but I just can't. For the life of me, I just don't. I don't get it. For the life of me, I cannot understand that desire to attack people at work. I don't. I don't understand the desire to attack people at work, especially the people who are doing a service for somebody. I don't get that. For the life of me, I don't. I don't understand why you attack people at work, service people who have no say so. They just trying to get through the day, trying to have you make you have a nice experience. Who was a she? What's she? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. Wait, hold on. A lot of work. Hold on. I saw that. Very funny. Well, I thought it was security guard, but he was actually co-captain. Most of them got fired. The lady who threw Becky into the water made a video and said she got fired for helping the dock worker. Yeah. She was a riverboat worker. Okay. Apparently, the white man was so messed up, they went to the. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what happened. They didn't fear for their lives. They didn't fear for their lives. They was just talking. They, if you heard, because one of them, in the beginning, uh, the nurse was talking. I don't know how it was, but it wasn't a 911 call. I heard it was them talking in the background, and somebody was recording, and they were saying that because the entire staff, the place they went to after the fight, the hospital they went to was staffed with the entire staff was black. The nurses, the doctors, everybody, and they said they don't want these working on them, and they left. They left. It's too many of them in here. Nobody know who y'all was. Nobody cared about y'all. The fight was over. The fight was over. Nobody cared about y'all. When the fight through, we through. If you hadn't went in there talking, if you hadn't went in there saying nothing, they would have waited. They would have took care of you, bandaged you up, checked you out, make sure you didn't have nothing broken, and sent you on your way. Doctors take an oath. They know doctor gonna not do their doctoring because y'all just got y'all ass whooped for fighting for fighting the co-captain or fighting this guy at work. They would have did their work. They'd have made some jokes after you left, maybe. They may not have been super friendly with you. But yeah, they might have been, you never know. But you saw that it was all black people and you didn't want to be taken care of by black people. And again, your preference became your ass on. You ain't had to say nothing. Uh-huh. Yeah, you feel for your life for? They didn't know who y'all were. So that don't make no sense. Them going into a hospital or to a urgent care, wherever they went, and assuming that the black people they fear for their life. Why? They didn't know who you were. Them people at work. They couldn't see no faces, no good faces. You could have said y'all got in a fight at the barbecue. Didn't nobody know who y'all were. But these people were arrested at the thing. So how you gonna call? What? Hold on. Here's what I don't get. They were handcuffed at the dock. So how did they get to the hospital and not be with police? All I'm saying. All I'm saying is this. That's just how the South is, y'all. Well, that's how anywhere can be, but that's just how it is. That's how these people were raised. That they were better than, that certain people were beneath them, that no matter their station in life, they were still better than black people. That's how they were raised. That's the mindset. And we can sit up there and say it's not. We can sit up there and act like racism and discrimination and bias and all that is a part of the past when we know it's not. We can turn a blind eye to things or disagree about things, but we know that's wrong. Case in point, Jamie Foxx has been going through it this year. If y'all don't know, he was hospitalized for an illness that we don't really know what happened, and I don't want to speculate on what happened. Let's just say he had a medical scare and he's been out of commission for a little while. He comes back, and he makes a post saying, "They kill your boy Jesus, what they'll think they'll do to you." And other Hollywood people jump on there talking about he was being anti-Semitic. It was anti-Jewish. What? He meant that if they would kill Jesus, if they would put Jesus on a cross, if his friends and the people that he prophesied, not prophesied, what's the word? And the people he preached to the night before, the week before, or the people he ministered to would put him on the cross, what you think a stranger would do? He was trying to say your friends can do you just as bad as the next man. That's what he meant. Not one black person thought he was talking about Jewish people. Not one black person thought it was against Jewish people. First of all, Jewish people did not crucify Jesus, so I don't know where that came from. Well, you went to church. Well, no, I was just saying that the oh, baby came in the room. Yeah, and he had to go apologize and take the post down. But I'm sitting there like, why did he have to apologize? He didn't say anything wrong. He said they did Jesus wrong. What do you think they'll do to you? Talking about the people in your circle. Jesus even said that one of you will betray me tonight. They did him wrong. What do you think your friends and your homegirls and your homeboys will do to you? And you not even Jesus. That's what that meant. And everybody knew what that meant except. And the first thing they want to do is try to get a got you moment for black people. See, black people can be this and black people can do that. And see, he said this about Jewish people. He wasn't talking about Jewish people. He was talking about your friend circle. Why would he be talking about Jewish people, even if he was talking about a certain race or ethnicity? Because Jewish people had nothing to do with the crucifixion of Jesus. The Romans crucified Jesus. So that was a hop, skip, and a stretch to some bullshit. The small things that happen. Right, that's what he said. He said what he was. Even if he didn't post the hashtags, we knew what he was talking about. We knew what he meant. We know what he meant. wasn't talking about anybody. He was talking about something he had gone through, not naming names, but getting across that the people in his circle, his inside, his friends, had did him wrong. And we knew what he was talking about. Let me tell you some good stuff. There is way too much overt discrimination, bias, and bigotry and racism in the world. And those all mean different things, by the way, y'all. Those words are not interchangeable. That's why I use all four of them. Those words are not interchangeable. Discrimination, bias, and bigotry are not the same as racism. So please stop using them as one word. It's not one word. They all mean something different. There's enough real going on till you have to sit up there and try to make some fake go on so you can look like you are one of the those. I understand. I know what that means. No, you don't. And now you look dumb. Now you look dumb. Jennifer Aniston is the one posted something about anti-Semitism because somebody said she liked his post. Now, I don't get why people give a shit. I guess people read that stuff, whatever. But so she had to come out and make sure she separated herself from the post because it was so divisive. Well, then you're a fake friend. You just mad because people still compare friends to living single, and living single always come out on top. That's why you mad. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Jennifer, that had nothing to do with anti-Semitism. It had nothing to do, hell, with religion. Period. Had nothing to do with any kind of religion. It had something to do with your friends being fake and stabbing you in your back. That's what it had to do with. Right. Okay. Case in point. Here we go. Back to case in back to it's all intertwined. Y'all know DC works Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. She's an on-call supervisor for a government community recreation authority. Basically, she troubleshoots different sports and park venues for people who in the community who do, have basketball practice, soccer games, things like that. Okay. Okay. So there's only so much she can do. There's only so much she can do. There's almost so much she's allowed to do. Like I said, she has nothing to do with the rules and regulations set up by these parks, by these schools, by these different venues, by these sporting facilities. She has nothing to do with that. And people think that they don't have to follow the rules and regulations and they can just attack her, talk willy nilly and all out the side of their neck and think anybody gonna say nothing because baby's nice. Make no mistake, I be sitting over here mumbling under my breath. Every now and again, I be trying to say it loud enough for they to hear me. But she be trying, she covers, she be saying, shh, don't say nothing. Well, what can we do? Well, what can you do? Nothing? Nothing. I told you what I can do, and I can't do nothing else. Well, I got a permit. Well, not on you don't have a permit on my list. As far as I'm concerned, you are not supposed to be there. You're not covered under our insurance. If you get hurt, you just hurt. If your baby breaks his leg, that's just a broke ass leg. She just handles it professional. I'm professional. I am. I just do not here's the thing. You're professional and you would give them what they ask for. However, no, I said would. In that situation, you can't. You can't give it to her because, yeah, you can't. But on the other hand, I'm gonna look at the customer like, no, well, no, no. But I'll say it better than that. I just say it like I'm talking to y'all. I'll say it better than that. I'm just saying. But yeah, I like I said, I don't condone violence, but I am all about don't start, no won't be none. What you want? I'm all about don't start, no won't be none. And they started some, so they got some. And that was crazy. Them going to the hospital and not wanting to be taken care of because the doctors and the nurses were black. Y'all said that out loud so people could hear you. The guys that got hurt, the white guys that got hurt in the fight, they took them to I don't know whether it was an urgent care or a hospital or what it was, but you know the hospitals are smaller in small towns. So and the entire staff was black, the doctors, the nurses, and they told them they didn't want. They told them they didn't want to be yeah, I don't want to. They said nigga, by the way. They didn't just say they didn't want to be seen by black folks. They said that. And they left without being seen. Well, you go home with your concussion and pass out, okay? Be all right. I just, and everybody's been laughing and joking and coming together. And it's sad that it takes that to understand that as a people, as a nation, we do have to stick together. We can't keep allowing the loud and vocal minority to keep running roughshod over the people that just want to live their life and go day to day and be happy and prosperous and successful and peaceful. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, and it's sad to say it like that. It's just as many white folks laughing and joking about them white folks getting their butt whooped as it is black folks. Because at some point, we all get tired of folks doing shit. At some point, you got to be like, you know what? Y'all getting on my nerves. Some stuff ain't necessary. It doesn't make us look good. I mean, it's the same way when black folks do stuff. It's the same way when I'm looking at. I know, you know. It's the same way when I'm looking at shows like the Love and Hip Hops and the Real Housewives, and I see these black women just fighting and cussing and arguing and acting all kind of way. I'm just tired. I'm sick of our shit. I'm sick of it. Get somewhere. This is not necessary. We grown. We not kids. These not kids acting crazy. These is grown-ups fighting and arguing in public, throwing drinks, hitting huh? And I'm sure they was laughing. Right. And somebody's gonna have to explain to these children what went on. And it's gonna be two explanations. Make no mistake about it. It's gonna be two explanations. Well, they just jumped on us. I don't understand. And then it's gonna be well, they started and we finished it. It's everybody. You just sometimes you just get tired of your folks doing stuff. Just get somewhere and sit down. Just why didn't you move the boat? That's the question. The question is not why people jumped in. The question is not why people helped the worker. That's not the question. The real question is, why didn't they just move the boat? All the jokes aside, all the arguments aside, all the memes aside, all the gifts, all the gifs or whatever they call it aside, why didn't they just move the boat? All you had to do was move the boat a few hundred yards, a few yards. All you had to do was get out of this lane. This was not the lane for you. All you had to do was go to your lane. That is the question. That is the salient question in this entire art, in this entire discussion, in this entire scenario, is why did that have to escalate? Why didn't you just move the boat? I would love to hear why they didn't just move the boat. And I doubt that is my backup plan, making a lot of noise. The real question is, I would like for them to have a halfway decent answer as to why they just couldn't move the boat. Not that it would make a difference. Let me get this straight. Not that it would make much of a difference. And it's not like we can go back in time and it'll be a different outcome. It's just, I would like to know why, instead of all that arguing, all that fighting, those people losing their jobs, those people getting hurt. True that. True that. Why didn't they just move the boat? None of this would have happened if they'd have just moved the boat. Probably. Oh, baby said, question. Do you think if the co-captain was white, they'd have moved the boat? Do you think somebody said he was a co-captain, he wanted security guard. Do you think that if he'd have been a white dude telling them to move the boat, they'd have moved the boat? The question is probably. But you never know. They might have just, August 5th might have been the day that they decided they was going to be assholes to everybody. So maybe they wouldn't have moved the boat. But where they had jumped on it, would they have jumped on a security guard? Would they have jumped on it if it had been a white dude?
Well, they supposed to have been drunk, so who knows?
Right. But drunk, I mean, if you a mean drunk, party in your backyard.
They should have been on the boat.
If you a mean drunk, if you like to fight when you drunk, stay at home. Don't come into public. Stay your ass at the house. Because don't nobody want to be bothered with you. Don't nobody want to argue and fuss with you. Don't nobody want to be public. Don't want nobody to be party to your attitude, messing up the whole day. They messed up today. It was still bright and sunny outside when that happened.
I wonder how that lady felt when she went in that water.
I wonder how that lady felt when that when he bopped her.
Yeah, when she went in the water, she probably like, oh shit.
Well, I wish I felt bad. I don't. I wish I was the kind of person that would feel bad. I don't. I'm sorry.
Glad nobody was shooting.
This was a fight. I mean, yeah.
It could have been a lot of dead people out there.
And the police, the killing part is, if you pay attention, the police was just letting it go for a minute until that black man started whopping people. Till he bopped that lady over the head with that tail.
She must have said something.
She, from what I understand, she came in there and she wanted to fight like a man, but she was kicking old boy when he was on the ground. You could see her kicking it when she was on the ground. So, hey, like I said, if you are being drunk, if you want to fight drunk, stay at home. Don't nobody want to be bothered with you.
They probably know that was going to
You know what? No, they knew that Bubba and Billy Bob was gonna sit up there and do something. Folks know they friends. You can say folks know they friends, they know they homeboys, they know they homegirls. You know, if you take this certain person here and stuff pop off, you know which person not to take somewhere.
take everybody.
You know which person not to take over to another person's house. You know where not to take me. Cause I'm not gonna act right. Huh? Oh. All right, y'all. You know, truthfully, in a month or so, we won't even be talking about this no more. I just wanted to add my 2 little cents in. I've been on here over an hour, so I'm about to say good night. I want to thank everybody for coming in and listening to me. I appreciate it. If y'all haven't already liked this video, go ahead and like this video now. If y'all watching this in the replay, hit them comments for me. You know, y'all know how I do with the comments. Whatever y'all put in there, I will hit a like on it. And if I need a response, y'all know what to do. Give me some topics. Give me something to talk about. Um, Share this video. Cause hell, why not everybody else share a video? Share my video. If you like what you see, if you see this video on your stream or your timeline or whatever it's called, and you like what I say, subscribe and hit that notification bell so that every time we drop a video or go live, you guys can join us. August 5th, Fold and Chair Gate 2023. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate everybody who came through. And y'all have a great hump day. We'll see what's going on next hump day. Maybe something else be to happen by then. We have something else to talk about. So this your girl Lisa from DC Kool-Aid and Lisa Productions. And I love y'all. Good night. Peace.